you want to woo woo. It's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying?
Dan! Goodness! It's Darth and Haldan. How are you guys? Welcome in. I know I normally come on Tuesdays, and I totally forgot that my girlfriend and I and my brother, we had a concert that we were going to, which was freaking awesome. It was Fear Factory and Cavalera Conspiracy. Yeah, it was awesome. We had a great time. So, just moved stream to tonight. That was great. We ended up, it was like a small theater, and we had the front row in the balcony, so it was great. So unobstructed view. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was two of like my favorite bands all time, and bands that I really grew up with that got me into extreme music too, so. And then it was funny, the opening band, Byzantine, was actually a band that was around when I was in Burn in Silence. And we were both on the same record label at the time, so I went and talked to those guys a little bit. They were really cool. A bunch of the members have changed since I knew of them back 20 years ago, but we were kind of just talking a little bit about it. It was pretty sweet. Your roommate is currently out to Nova Scotia to see Lynyrd Skynyrd. Nice. BS Zelda is behind me. That was a good one, though. Very smooth. It was BS for sure, Haldan. Well, good. I'm glad you got through it. All right, let's... Let's get, what is it called? I always forget. Visual Boy Advance, right. There's gotta be a way where I can get this to keep... Like every time I reopen this emulator, it goes back to the default size, which is way too small, and then I have to drag it to fit it. There's gotta be a way to, let's see... to like keep the save type. No. But I'm hoping there's a way to save the size of the window every time I open it. Let me just take a quick look. Nothing in the, let's see, render method? No. I don't see anything for it. Started a Mega Man Arkanoid hack SNES game last night. 135 achievements, man. It was an easy one on 135 Chivos in one night. Sick. You'll stream that one, probably the coolest Arkanoid-like game I ever played. I'd be interested to check that out. What's up, Tiber? How you doing, man? Welcome, man. I love the Beavis and Butthead. Killer. All right. Oh, right, and I have to recapture it, too. It's always a little funny. There it is. Okay, good enough. Yeah, I forgot to come back to you on that, Hal. You'd like to try it out? Gonna be back soon cleaning to do stuff in the house, around the house. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, this first game is tough, Tiber, but I'm gonna try my best here. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Let's see where we left off. Great. Please, Darth. Please, whatever you can offer. Down here, yeah. Take TP. TP for my bunghole. Alright, so I go to download elf. I'm confused. So I'm in the trance section of the base. And then you said take TP. Change area to underground lab. I'm not sure what you mean. How do I change area to underground lab? Return to the place with the download and feed elves. Okay. Change area. There we go. Okay. Aha. Happens to be a good farming spot with the spider thingies. Check the ceilings, it's climbable. What do the spider thingies give me? Oh, geez. So what am I trying to farm here? Okay, Buster shot skill is now max. XP for one, and the green things are good for feeding elves. And go to the far left of this floor at the very beginning of the game. Okay. But should I stay here and keep farming? Crystal 476. Mega Man Arkanoid has been shipped, it sank. How do I check the level of it? Oh. 3. So Buster is maxed, Saber's only 3 out of 7. So does it make sense to level up my Saber here? Okay. Yeah, level up green saber or purple saber, whichever. Oh, another neat trick you picked up. There are different moves. I advise hitting things when you are jumping too. It fills up a different XP bar and different skills. Oh, it's sort of interesting. I don't know if either of you guys know the band Foo Fighters or are a fan of that band. So they actually were doing... Okay, so the place... We were in a city called Norwalk. And literally like 20 minutes away, there's another city called New Haven. And it has a small venue also that maybe fits... I don't know, 500 people or whatever. And Foo Fighters was doing a secret show basically one day beforehand. They told people they were doing a show there. And so it was like a, I don't know how big it is. It's called Toad's Place and it's in New Haven, Connecticut. And so they were doing an unexpected tiny venue show. So I guess, I mean, if I was a fan of the Foo Fighters, I would have thought that was pretty amazing. But yeah, the show that we saw was great. It's Fear Factory, who's one of my favorite heavy bands. But they have a new vocalist, and now they always had the same vocalist since the beginning for like 10 albums, or however many albums they have. And so they have a new vocalist now. I've seen a lot of videos of the new vocalist, and he's very good. I mean, the show was great. I mean, they sounded great. He's not the same as the original vocalist Burton, but... Because Fear Factory was really, like, pretty much the first band to combine, like, super heavy, somewhat death metal style music, along with clean vocals. They were like the trendsetters for it. And I remember the first time I heard the first single on their first record on like a mixtape with a whole bunch of other death metal. And I was always like, what the heck is this? Alright, I'm not leveling up here. Why am I not leveling up? I'm getting there. Alright, so I'm 5. Oh, alright, I'm at 5. That's good. But if you all don't mind, I might as well just level this thing all the way up. So anyway, so it was Fear Factory with their new vocalist, and then Cavalera Conspiracy, and what it is there were two brothers, the Cavalera brothers, and they were in the band Sepultura. And that was a band, it was a huge inspiration for me growing up. And their album that was pretty much my favorite Sepultura album came out in 94 or 93. It was called Chaos AD. And this tour, they were playing every song from that album. So it was pretty awesome. Certainly is. Speaking of that, it was pretty neat. I just got contacted today for new drumming session work. I don't know too much about it yet, but it seems like a good deal. It's actually a death metal band from Australia that's familiar with my work, so just having preliminary talks, but hopefully it'll all work out and be really cool. Another album to add to the resume. I actually don't think I've worked with a band from Australia. I've worked with bands all over Europe. And obviously the United States and Japan. Never worked with a band from Australia. Come on, level up, Saber. Darth, is there a way to check how close I am to leveling? It doesn't tell me, huh? Sad news. Out of 140 remaining song redemptions for the drum stream, only 4 are from Castlevania. Well, that's okay. I'm sure I'll play plenty of other Castlevania along the way. Castlevania is pretty friggin' sweet. Come on, level up. Cooler, this is your favorite game, isn't it? So, but Darth has some good tips and information, so we're leveling up our weapons, and then we're gonna go level up some elves. And this is a good grinding spot, so that's okay. So if there's one thing we do here, it's grind. You don't know if charging makes the XP less efficient. Where it doesn't count as single. Each hit doesn't count. Alright. Alright, I'll try that. Let's see what happens. Turn! Yeah, I've actually been starting to... There we go. Oh, there we go. I've been warming up my voice recently, because I have to get it in shape to start demoing vocals for the new Pillory album. It's always a slow process in the beginning, though. Like, it'll take a good month or so to sort of get my voice in decent shape. Alright, this is pretty cool. I love this spin attack. It's nice. Cuts him down. So do I have to dash and slash? Or should I just do standing slashes? Like, should I be doing that? Okay, so I have to do this. So it only levels up when you use the skill that... Okay. It's very strange. There we go. How do you do the rolling dash? You got 8,000 cash before you figured your main saber was capped. Well, we got almost 2,000, so that'll be good for now. It's a bastard to do. Oh, I got it. Yeah, that's something you're not going to do very often, because it's kind of awkward. Okay, Darth, I made it back to the beginning. No, Cooler, it seems like you actually have to use the type of attack that you're trying to upgrade. So if I'm trying to do a dash upgrade, I have to attack. But we're all leveled up, so, see? So we're ready to go. Where would it be? Not that I can see, Darth. And I don't think I can go through the wall or anything. So is it just something maybe that hasn't shown up yet? There's only one thing that you hate in this game? It's due to NG plus then. I don't know what that is, but... Okay. The random drops of elves by monsters are only droppable during the mission. Coming back to zone doesn't work. Gotcha. Okay, Darth, what do you recommend next? Speaking of music, it was interesting to see the US was an Intervision. Intervision, okay. But I reckon the other elves that's up there is still there above the purple door. Okay. Where's the purple door? Okay. Any recommendations on how to get up? Okay. Further to the right, he says. Let's do it. Okay, there it is. So how are we expected to get up here? Like that, okay. We got a cyber elf. Oh goody. $750 coins for that elf, and you got yourself... Okay, good. So how do we... Suddenly feed the elf? Is that the deal? And which elf is it anyways? Let's take a look. So is it Nuppy? Noopy? I just don't know how this system works. Okay. Here we go. Awesome. So did that increase my life bar? Or does it just does it give me better defense? The life bar doesn't look any bigger, does it? Oh, download. Okay, okay. So it still doesn't look and use it. Jeez, this is not very intuitive. Okay. All right. That feels wonderful. What's this other one do, by the way? Probably nothing. Yeah, that one stinks. Okay, well that's awesome. I'm happy about that. Thank you, Darth. So is it time to go back to a mission for now, or can we upgrade our health anymore? Or what do you think? Another one is a really funny jump to make, but it's in the first mission. All right, let's do it. So do I go back to the resist? I don't remember where the first mission is. If you happen to know, that would be great. Disposal, okay. There it is. Alright, so explain this funny jump. Okay, that's another one. Oh, okay. I didn't save the game. That's... alright. So I have to use a retry, right? Or else we have to do all that again, and I can't do all the So I have to use a retry and then save the game. No, so we don't want to do that. Wait, hold on. Okay, now everything's there. Okay. Leave me alone, that's what now. So which spot earlier? You mean the spider spot? Is that what you're talking about? To farm lives at the spider spot? Okay. Alright, good to know. Let's get the other... Excuse me. Let's get the other elf here that you were talking about. Let's do that first. Yeah, those spikes, though. Good old Mega Man spikes, right? They can certainly be deadly. And I thought I was being cautious, and then I finally was like, alright, I can just do like a jump. And then that jump proved to be fatal. Just trying to have some fun. But I guess if you don't see it, don't do it. That's sort of the motto. So are we getting close to the funny jump? It's to the right of that mound. So when you say mound, you mean this? You mean to the right of this? Like jumping... Yes, jump to the right from here, you should see a crate. Okay. Whoa. I wasn't even close to getting that. Okay, that was better. Okay, destroyed the crate. I don't know what intervision is, Cooler. Yo, it's Toshiro. What's going on, Toshiro? Welcome in. How am I supposed to get that, by the way, Darth? Thanks so much for the raid, Toshiro. How's the rest of the stream? Welcome in, Mama Fox. Good to see ya. We're trying to get items that are really hard to get. Yeah, I gotta give you a shout out too in a second here. Oh, jeez. Oh, it floats up and down. Alright, I gotcha. Yeah, so what's the new channel point redemption? What's that all about? It seems to only be floating up. Oh, jeez. This is going to be an absolute nightmare, but we'll get it eventually, I guess, right? Alright. Well, let's give Toshiro a shout out. You say what directional you want me to be forced to do, be it up, down, left, or right. Oh my god, that's crazy. That sounds crazy. Could be fun though.
I think I could easily do a
Ice climbers.
speed run for Ice Climber.
There you go, that's the whole clip. Toshiro is quite good at ice climbers. He actually redeemed that for me. Which I think is a cool game. The jump mechanics kind of irk me, but I was glad that I was able to play through it one time. I'm happy with that. It made Eye of the Commando really challenging. Oh my god, I think it would make any game challenging. Okay, so let's get back to this. Oh, that was so close. Hunting through verse ice climbers. Yeah, yeah. How was that not it? How was that not it? Was a lot of fun though. We'll be doing a lot more. Sounds good, man. There we go. Whew. Okay, we got it. Good stuff. What's up, haha? Welcome in. Nice to see you. So what's this elf all about, Darth? Anything special? Oh, it's another HP plus. Oh my god, I love HP plus. HP plus is my favorite. Alright, so let's get out of here, and then we're gonna go. Is there I don't remember, is there an exit out of this? Or do we have to actually go through the whole stage, like walk out? Joey the Gamer 94. Enjoy the brutality. Welcome in, Joey. Thanks so much for the follow. Thingy obtained. There's a lot of thingies in this game compared to other Mega Man games, haha. We got an elf though. I have an escape. Just playing your modded PS3 Super Slim. This is your very first PS3 you ever had. Got it for Christmas last year. Granted, mine came with an unbranded third-party controller, but still. What are you playing on your PS3? So just for missions not roaming free. Makes sense, Darth, actually. I'm not surprised. Because we're like doing this out of, you know, just for exploration's sake, technically. We're not really following what the game is telling us to do, so I get it. Alright, let's feed the heck out of that elf. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so now I have to go download the elf. No. Okay, yeah. Okay, then get out of here. No, I already did that. No, then I just have to use... I just have to use the elf. Jeez, this is a little clunky. Yes! Life bar increased. At the moment, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. So, Joey, I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, but I've seen a bunch of other people play them, and they seemed like they're pretty fun. Which one, what number is that in the series? Wasn't, I think Going Commando was the popular one, which I think was the second one on PS2. One last trip before returning to the game. Go to the surface level in the desert-like scrapyard. Okay. So I have to leave here, right? Or I have to go back to the base to get to the resistance base. Okay. Alright, thank you. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Alright. I'm gonna go save it first. I learned my lesson. Please save my game. Thank you. Alright, good stuff. Yeah, I already lost an extra life because I didn't... I basically lost a continue, we'll say. Because I made progress but didn't save it, and... Excuse me, I didn't want to go through getting the progress again, so... Back to the desert, here we go. Oh, I can't get through these people. The blue door. Okay. Thank you. And then where... That's weird. Unlocks that for later. These guys eventually disappear. There's an elf past them. So how do I get them to disappear? I don't get it. Intervision is a music contest. Okay, back to resistance base. Okay. Set up as alternative to Eurovision that is more international to include countries from around the world instead of only Europe and Australia and New Zealand. Okay, so story progress means go back to Data, right? And talk to her. You have a recommendation on a mission, Darth? Or do I go... So we can do retrieve data, rescue Kolbor, protect factory, find hidden base, duel, and desert. I thought we beat some of these, but... Maybe I tried them and couldn't beat them? I don't remember specifically. The retrieve data is something you've almost cleared last time. It's just it destroys the underground lab where it's fun to farm. I don't want to... I want to have the farming spot available. You absolutely love your modded PS3 Super Slim. So many awesome games I missed out on. I think that was a great generation of games. Now, PS2 is probably my favorite all-time console, just because of the timing, where technology was at, and the vast library that PS2 had. It stayed around for so long. All right, let's do it. I should save it first. Let's do this first. Then we'll save Culber. Or rescue Culber. Alright. Let's do it. Did I not get through this? Okay. I thought I for sure beat this. Maybe I didn't save it. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to worry about it. The enemy respawns in this are quite rough, I have to admit. Oh my god, they almost got me. Jeez. Can't take a chance. I don't know where the enemy is. There we go. All right. Oh my god, lots of dead people. Oh. Run now. Oh, this is gonna be good. Look at this boss. Zero! Thank goodness! You must be Zero. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Harpuria, one of the 4 guardians of Master X. Such foolish behavior for legendary hero to side with Mavericks. You shall repent and atone for your sins, Zero. Great. This should be really easy. It's crazy that these enemies have 2 bars of life. Alright, so it's not... Let's try this. Jesus Christ, these enemies hit... The bosses hit so friggin' hard. I actually don't know what hit me. So... if I click on retry, charging saber is the way. Okay. Alright. Sounds good. Alright, the level was short though, it'll be fine. Okay. Here we go. Retries for practice, for simplicity. It's better to clear everything in one life. Right. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand the system. It's just so not Mega Man. When you can work back up to 3 to 4 lives, you'll have plenty of practice every time. Gotcha. So basically the idea is get the retries, use all the retries, and then reload your save. Okay, makes sense. Alright, there's my retry. Alright, so this part's a little tricky. It's not too bad, you just gotta be patient. I know I got wrecked on this part the other day. That happened to me a bunch. It's... For whatever reason, it's very hard to align where you land. I think that spot, once the mission is cleared, you can that 1-up be picked up many times. Alright, we'll check it. Alright, well let's finish this mission and then go back and see. Darth, knowing this game, they're not gonna let you do that, but I mean, it would be awesome if it was an oversight, but knowing how they like sort of set the game up to not allow you to practice and replay things. And there's another elf. I should probably get that elf too, right? Alright, well let's see if we can get that elf. Alright, I have to remember where that is. Because I wasn't really paying attention, then it was like, oh, there's a hidden elf container. Alright, so... I know it's at a spot where there's double falling. So it's not here. I think it's... Is it here? Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. Now, how the hell do I get out of here? Like that. Wow, this game is not forgiving. Jeez. Alright, so there's... Oh, no, not yet. This is our 1-up here. Okay, so here we go again. This guy... Oh, look at that. Oh, you stinker! Oh, that's frustrating. You see what happened there? That I saved it, and then the enemy made sure to shoot me when I was climbing, and then I couldn't save it. Okay. Alright, so we just get, again, we get the elf. Which isn't far into the stage. It is really tough to land some of these jumps, so it's best to... Okay. Alright, so let's change our primary. There we go. Let's do it. Also, the macabre stories continue. You heard about the shooting of the ice facility. I did. I mean, it's... It's bizarre. I mean, I obviously, if you've been following things, you understand how we got here. But if you just pretend you don't know anything about what's been happening in the last 10 years in this country, it's bizarre to think that there's a political party that has a large portion of the population that support it, and they're literally focused on violence. Like, that's one of their main selling points. It's just, and it's not that, the thing is, most of the people that support the party aren't violent, but they're so brainwashed through propaganda that they let it slide. Like, they refuse to believe that that's part of what defines them. Because they've been not held accountable for having these types of beliefs. Destiny and Hassan Piker, do these names ring any bells? They do not. So please feel free to share. Okay, run now. That's nonsense. I definitely jumped that. Huh, the charged, am I supposed to be, maybe I'm supposed to be on a different element. Huh. So it works better, but I mean, the enemy still does like a ton of damage. Like the damage is extreme, and I have a increased life bar. Both streamers, Hasan is actually a pretty big name on Twitch and is widely known for making the most unsavory comments when not downright advocating for... It's insane. I mean, it's... So, in general, right, Darth, we know that anyone that advocates for violence towards another person outside of self-defense or, like, you know, toppling a genocidal or tyrannical leadership, like, you know, outside of that, you shouldn't be supported by anyone. Congress summons the Twitch CEO on October 8th to discuss that. I mean, my problem is with these hearings, and I watched these hearings many years ago thinking that something would come out of them. The problem is, people lie or just don't answer questions, and the political party oftentimes, well, it's certainly worse from one side over the other, but doesn't want to hear the answers or talks over the person. It's so juvenile often and so unprofessional, and nothing happens. There's no power to do anything regarding it. And I just think of it as more theater. But I would say it's certainly... I've heard that also that a lot came from Discord. And Discord is very closely aligned with Twitch, so we have potentially Twitch and Discord that are platforms that they allow people to, in my opinion, commit crimes, and that's unfortunate. Oh, you said Discord, Reddit, and Steam. Definitely Reddit also. It seems like Twitch, Discord, and Reddit, there's definitely a portion of the audience that they go to places, remember, when you want to do heinous things, things that you know are wrong, you want to go to places where there's no accountability. I've said it before, the number one thing that humans fear is accountability. The troublemakers of January 6th use Discord. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, what I mean, it bothers me so much when we talk about this stuff, what's happening in the UK. I definitely feel pain for people that are living there and stuck there. There were 22,000 people, I believe, this year so far, that have been arrested for social media posts. And we're not talking, I mean, some of them were clear, like, violations of the law that I think anyone could generally get behind. But a large portion of those are just people that show disagreement with their government, which is fine. If you disagree with your government, you should be able to voice that. Now, there's laws. You can't threaten violence, but... or give up people's personal information, or organize violence. But if it's like literally just, I don't like this and here's why, or here's a funny joke saying why I don't like this. So... alright. We'll get through this. This boss is tough, though. Switzerland has a vote for digital ID this week. Anything EU is experiencing different layers of dystopian, yeah. So, well, Darth, since you brought this kind of stuff up, did you listen to President Trump's speech at the UN? Because it ties into everything that you're talking about. And since you brought up the EU. Okay, after you watch it, if you'd like to discuss it, let me know. I think it's, it's the type of message that is why I was initially curious and interested in Donald Trump back in 2015. And the reason I was initially interested in him is I said, wow, he's okay with saying things that I've been potentially thinking about. Like, he's not worried about, you know, what the typical politician says. And so it's amazing, I think, to see him on the world stage at the UN doing that. But anyways, after you watch it, let me know. I don't want to get into it too much. Ouch. Alright, there's our extra life. Had to get that. Oh, jeez. All the enemy respawns are so brutal. And he comes back! Again, it's for some reason the way that this game controls, not like other Mega Man games, it's very hard to land on these platforms. I mean, I've lost so many lives there, but like where I totally think I'm gonna land right on the platform. And like, I'm a seasoned Mega Man player at this point, and for some reason this game, it just doesn't feel the same. I do hear he called them out on some shit. Oh my god, wasn't there an elevator incident? It was an escalator. Well, two things. Alright, well, since you brought it up. So basically, after speaking his mind a bit on what he thinks of the UN, he said, all that the UN gave me today was a broken escalator and a teleprompter that doesn't work. That's what I got from the UN. And supposedly the administration is looking into see if staffers at the UN specifically caused those two incidents. Now, I'm not going to get too, like, you know, worked up over it, because there's no proof of that yet. If that ends up being the case, then that's a huge problem. I don't know if that's the case, though, so... I mean, could it just be a coincidence that the escalator, as soon as he stepped on it, stopped working, and that the president from Brazil, or I don't know if it's a president or a prime minister, from Brazil spoke, and his teleprompter worked fine, and then literally, like, less than 60 seconds later, when it was President Trump's turn to speak, the teleprompter didn't work. It's very possible that it's just random technical difficulties. But again, if it's not, then that's a huge problem. I kind of hope it's not random. I do hope that it was something that was planned and that we find that out. Because I don't want to be part of the UN anyways. So, if we find all the more reasons to get out of it, that's good with me. So, we'll see what happens. Shutting the teleprompter in front of the world's wittiest memer in the political game, not smart, these people, no. Well, and also, of course, he handled it very well. Right, like President Trump doesn't really get flustered. Like when something goes wrong, he doesn't overreact. He doesn't lose his cool. He doesn't go, I don't know what to do, or who's responsible for this, right? He'll make a joke. He'll continue on. You know, whatever. Alright, gotta focus. Here we go. Tough boss. Why do I keep getting hit? Ah, jeez. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, the controls are frustrating me. So twice, I jumped and then turned to slash, and I didn't turn. Instead, slashed in the wrong direction. So, yeah, this is... I know we've talked about it. The difficulty spike, this is too difficult for a Mega Man game. It wouldn't be as difficult, like I'd be cool with it if you could, like every Mega Man game, had multiple lives to try the boss over and over again. But the idea that it's one time through the mission and the boss is this difficult, it's just not my thing. Not for me. Okay. Here we go. And it's not that the other thing too is it's not that the boss's patterns are that hard to learn, but to be honest with you, the fact that it oftentimes takes a while to get back to the boss, so it's going to take me longer to memorize what I have to do, like to feel it out. Because if I fight the boss once and then 10 minutes later get back to it again, I'm kind of like, I don't know what worked or didn't work last time, so I don't have anything to bring to me, to bring with me to the fight. Alright, so fire. Okay. Yeah, I had switched to fire once. But okay, good. Thanks, Darth. Appreciate that. Jesus, I almost missed that platform. If I can try to keep the platform in my view, that makes it way better. Maybe I'll do that. Just be more patient. Alright, that's much better. So we have to go like this and like this. All right. Let's do the thing. Now, I always seem to miss this first strike. Let's see if I can get closer. I love the warning thing. Shit. Why did the first few strikes seem to do no damage? Did the first 2 or 3 times I hit the boss do no damage? I remember this kind of BS on another fight. I hit it with charged sabers. I just want to be sure, because it has a white bar and then a green bar. And I feel like I hit it twice with fully charged sabers on fire, and it didn't move the bar at all. Ugh. Thanks, Tiber. So, Tiber, what have you been up to, man? You drumming, you're working on music or games or any other good stuff going on? I really dislike that it takes this long to beat a boss. I mean, I can definitely beat this mission, I don't know if it's so much the mission as it is the game. I mean, I upgraded my life bar twice, which is awesome, but it seems to, like, not really help. Because the boss hits so darn hard. I don't know who would pick a game to... Alright, here we go. There we go, got some life back. Full life. Jesus. Alright. Well, we're not getting that cyber elf, that's for sure. So that's the rule, gotta wait for the platform. So it's actually in the screen, that's the key. There we go. Alright. So I just should have played this smarter. So that's on me. Oh, right, we don't need that one. Okay, so go back here. Let's go back here. I couldn't progress too much in my game because achievements demand a perfect rating for each mission. Oh my god. That was rough. Okay. And I'm gonna pause it here if I hit him and it doesn't do any damage. Okay, there it is. So Darth, do you have any idea why that is? I hit him with a fully charged saber, and it does nothing. So I'm not sure. I did it again. Hit him twice, 3 times, So now I've hit the boss 3 times. Okay. The fully charged saber doesn't hurt him. So charged saber doesn't hurt him? So that's what it feels like. The fully charged saber doesn't hurt him. I don't know what to do. This is bizarre. Oh, that's weird. I mean, maybe lightning does better than fire. I don't really know. Retrieve data, rescue Kolbor, protect factory, find hidden base, duel in desert. Again, I thought I beat that one too, but maybe not. So I know we're not going to do the top one because I don't want to close off the, I don't want to kill the farming spot. Okay. Let's do it. Hidden base. Is in Hidden Base Part 2, okay. The ice chip. Alright, we gotta find the ice chip. Alright, sweet. Oh, and this was the level I went through like 50 times. Okay. Oh, jeez, okay. Oh no, this is different. This enemy was not the same. Huh. This is crazy. Thought that you were the guy. He's basic. Well, he's my guide. Whoa. So am I supposed to go down there? Okay. What a crazy game this is. Alright, find hidden base. Like, I guess I don't know how, like, the average gamer would ever get through this game. I really have no idea. We're gonna get through it, but... like, if you didn't know what you were doing, like, you were just... like, I consider myself generally good at Mega Man style games. I've been playing them for most of my life. I'm not an expert, but like I'm pretty good at them. And this is just, this is like the next level. So should I be going down here? I mean, I'm gonna go down just because I'm interested. Alright, so we gotta avoid the spikes, which are very nasty. Definitely interesting, probably optional researching. Alright, sounds good. Thanks, Darth. I do appreciate your assistance. Okay, we can't go this way. No, research. Well, we need some kind of item. So, alright. So there's got to be some kind of walk-on spikes or floating flying option. Okay, so let's go back there, but obviously skip the underground place. Alright. All good. So Darth, we're gonna have to come back here later. I actually know it's where you're supposed to go in. So how do I get through the row of spikes? It's one-hit kill on the spikes. Oh, it's the only way to go. Oh, wow. Alright, so there's something I'm missing. Something I'm not getting. Alright, so it is the way we're supposed to go. There's no way we can get through it, though. Like, we don't have... Funny game. Okay, got it. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, I like that. I'll give the game a little credit for that. That was pretty neat. Do I want to go up the ladder or go left? I don't know which is the correct way. Okay, perfect. Alright, good stuff. So Darth, you said Hidden Base Part 2 has the ice chip. God damn it, game. Can't you be a little bit easy at some point? Looks pretty icy. So there's something here. Alright, what the hell are we supposed to do? There was a dead end up the ladder. As far as I could tell. Oh, I had to talk to the door. Alright, my bad. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. Alright, so... Ladder. Ladder. Look at this! Thank you for saving me! There are 6 more red boys being held in this base! Please save the others! Alright, 5 or 6 more. Alright, 6 to go. They're all wussy little guys, but we'll save them. Alright. 5 to go. Okay, 4 to go. Alright, we're making good progress. Adjust this. Go. Alright, good. Alright, we gotta save 4 more. Alright, that's cool. This doesn't look like one of ours. It's not. This is kind of a neat concept. I kind of like this. Oh, it's another one of these fuckers. Alright, I think we only got 2 more after this. Alright. One more. Alright. Alright. We're almost there. I was right. There was 2 to go. Nope. I had to watch my health there. That was a little scary. Back to full health. All right, last one. Here we go. Good stuff. All right, that was cool. Whoa! Yeah, buddy! Lightweight Cryptic! What's going on, Cryptic? Welcome in, brother. How are you? How's your evening? How's your day? How's your life? You know, the usual questions. Of course, oh god. All right, Darth. Oh, jeez. So, Darth, please help me out here. Because that was a lot of work. So there's got to be some kind of payoff. What did they say? Go up the ladder? It's alright, just got done practicing some metal. Is there one missing? No, we got them all. Metal Helsing for Gotham Halloween event. Oh, sweet. What's Metal Helsing? Let's just change this. Yeah, I'm just worried about the boss, Darth. I don't have full... I'm about to die here, which is annoying. If I die, I'm gonna be pissed. It's like a Doom and Crypto the Necro Dancer had a baby. It's a rhythm shooter and all the songs are amazing metal songs. Okay. This really pisses me off. This is bullshit. What a piece of shit that... Alright, let's do it again. Whoever designed this, though, is a real SOB. Real piece of junk. Why is it not stunning it? There it goes. Boss is ice themed, use fire. Okay, got it. Thank you. It's just funny, I've literally, other than leveling up, I've made no progress in this game. I mean, that's a huge problem with game design. Alright, here we go. Just kill the fucking top portion. Okay. Jeez. Gotta live and learn, I guess. Here we go again. God, who makes someone do a fetch quest over again? Like, this is bizarre. Alright. We got a bunch more to go, so we go to level 2. Here we go. Whoa, Darth, look at this. This is interesting, right? Gotta come back for this. Jeez, I have to remember to come back. Alright. I'm not gonna remember. Where are your life drops? Why is nobody dropping life? Very annoying. Thank you. All right. There we go. Big life drop. Yeah, definitely want to come back here. Whatever is left. That was not cool. I think that's the main stairwell down. Three to go. That's so cheap. They're always right below the stairs. No, we'll just do this anyway. Just to knock it out. There he is, right below the ladder. Alright, 2 to go after this. So stupid. No, it shouldn't be. Alright. So that's the main ladder down. Huh. Alright. So there's 2 left that I missed. So let's go back down. It's where we started. Save that one already. Okay, let's go this way. Save that one already. So everything's up top. Jeez, what an annoying game. Alright, 1 to go after this. Let's just find the last prisoner. Not sure if your Song Redemption went through on the last drum stream. I watched the VOD and I don't think it was played. Let me see, Cryptic. Let me check for you. I can see if it's in the queue. Oh, right, you made the request a couple days ago. That's why, oh, jeez. Yeah, it wasn't. I apologize, but it's in the queue still. Alright, it's there. Don't worry. I mean, I definitely would want to play it while you're there. Yeah, I know it's in the queue. So no, I need full life here. You motherfucker. Alright, we're getting close. Whoa, we got an extra life. Alright, I really need to do my best to... Except I keep getting hit. Okay. Please rescue the others. So there's one more. What the heck? How am I missing one of these retards? There it is. Okay. Wow, we just got a second continue. It's pretty fucking cool. But I need full life though, I'm not gonna mess around. That'll do it. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, let's go options, save game. Yeah. Holy crap, look at this boss. Oh, I did, Darth. Thank you, sir. Blizzak Stagroth. That's like a black metal name. Alright, I probably won't beat you. It's okay. Oh my god, we actually beat him. We actually beat the boss. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Oh my god, we don't have to come back here. And we get the ice, Don't forget to bring the ice chip. Yes, of course, we're gonna bring the ice chip. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's like Desert Part 2, kinda. Yeah. Alright, friends, I'm just gonna take a quick break here, and then we're gonna do more Mega Man. Wait, I just want to save the game, Darth. Why is it not letting me save the game? What the hell? So what do we do here? Yes, oh okay, thank God. Alright, data saved. The giant mechanaloid must be up ahead of you. Stay sharp. Alright. Alright, friends. Really quick break. That's one of the first, like, convenient saves. Alright, I'll be right back. I remember this song. This part's cool. Good drum fills here. I don't, what is this from? Heroes of Hammerwatch. Oh. I like this. This is a nice tune. We'll listen a little bit. It's nice how the toms are panned. And the cymbals, too. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. All right. All right, we're making progress, which is great. Let's get back to it. I think we saved. Didn't we save, Darth? Or no, the game saved for us automatically. Which was, like, bizarre. Well, we saved, but I'm saying the game randomly gave us a great spot to save state at, which is very unexpected. So, all right, here we go. Holy crap! There must be a weak point even for a giant. Mechanicaloid. Mechanaloid. Mechanaloid. I don't know. This is bizarre. Okay, we did big damage. Oh, we did big damage. Come on, give me ammo drops. Or, health drop. Where are my health drops, game? Oh no, we missed the... Please give me the extra life. Alright, we fucking rule. Whew. I like it. Good fight. That was good shit. If you didn't stop the giant mechanicaloid, the resistance base would have become a sitting duck. Thank you, Zero. With your cooperation, maybe peace will be restored. All right. Alright, so let's save. Alright, Darth. So what are you thinking, man? Because we definitely... Yeah, we're good. We can do more. Is there anything else that we can go back to? So there was a stage... Well, wait a second. Let's go back to... save... What is it? Rescue Kolber. We can see what elves we picked up. Alright, that sounds good. Let's go do that. So should I just take all of the, like the larger elves and just give them, like feed them and just use them? It's like this guy, I help in the damage zone when they are fully fed, yes. Taunton ain't ready. What about these guys? Shelter, I'll boost your defense. This would be great. So what, when you say he wasn't ready, how is he not ready? Let's see. You can eat the small unfed elf for less effect. But, okay, so, but I'm saying like someone like this, so Shelter. Should I just feed Shelter? Because I want defense for sure. So, okay. Oh, 1,500. All right, I want to go back. All right, hold on. I was going to say, let's go farm. So, can you remind me, is this the right place to farm in? Tell me again, where's the spot with the spiders? Underground, okay, thank you. Alright, let's do that. 100%. 100% it's worth it. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm feeling better about the game. I definitely see the potential for the game. I think they screwed it up big time, but there's definitely cool stuff about it. Alright, here we go. Oh, we're almost at the spider nest. I mean, I want to switch elements. Oh, let's try this. I was just thinking that, Darth. Alright, so I need 1,500. Alright, we got 356. Won't take that long. See, so like all these RPG elements, I like these RPG elements. Just the game, you know, they messed up with the overall balance of the game. But there's cool things about the game. Could I get more XP, please? Stop giving me the no XP treatment. Alright, so maybe I just charge and just kill the whole fucking thing in one shot. Why are they giving me less XP now? I guess it's just RNG, but it seems pretty lame. Yeah, if I'm too aggressive, though, it's bad. Or I just do that. Oh my god. Going kind of slow, I'm sorry. Alright, this is gonna be the last thing that I do farming-wise on stream. Darth said, upon game completion, there's a new game plus in hard mode where you get to keep your elves. So how does that help? Like, what's the advantage of that? Just got another freaking continue. That's great. So cool. Alright. I'm definitely enjoying the game more, which is nice. Are we at least up to 700? If we're not up to 700, I'm going to be a little sad. Alright, we're at 740. Jeez. This is going to take a little while. Okay. So New Game Plus for second opportunities really help. Come on. There we go. Let's just do that. This is better. Then I don't have to run back. Oh. Oh, this is fine. I can't even get a drink in between. Can't take a sip. Nice drops. Alright, we're almost at 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, I'll feel a little better. We gotta get 1,500. Again, we could talk about anything you want. Anything you bring up in chat, we can talk about. Because this is a bit boring for me, too. It's... I mean, Hal Dangor, he's a machine, but... He can do this, like, for hours. I'm not accustomed to it. I can do it, but it's not my... It's not my generally accepted way of playing games anymore, unless it's like a... Oh, there we go. Unless it's like a brand new game, or I'll do a little bit of this, but... Nice. Alright, we're at 1,000. I mentioned Destiny earlier. Real name Stephen Bunnell, another streamer, got banned from Twitch the day of Trump's failed assassination. Made fun of the bystander, Mr. Comparator, dehumanized him for the sole reason he attended a Trump rally. So, I mean, what I've learned, Darth, very specifically over the last few years, right? So, what I thought was sort of rare, or that I thought people that specifically had mental, you know, like serious mental issues, or were like they were ready for mental hospitals or whatever, that's the propaganda and the mind control has worked so well and it shouldn't surprise us, right? It's been happening for centuries. But it's so deeply embedded, and the lack of accountability is so deeply embedded that we just, like, literally, the people that maybe we mention that are saying some of the salacious things that you say, they function in a different way than someone like you or I would function. Like, it's literally a different lens that you view the world. And so someone like that, you can't sit them down and speak to them the same way that you would speak to me, because it wouldn't work. And so I think we understood that that existed, but to the extent that it existed, right? That's maybe where I'm, over the last few years, I've had to come to the realization that it's, there are a lot of people where their thoughts are not their own. Their thoughts are farmed and grinded and branded and just deeply embedded in such a profound way for those people, and that's how they function. That's how they reason. Wow, 1328. Oh, this is good, actually, Darth. We jumped through a lot of, not everyone handles echo chambers the same. These people were made comfortable talking cruelly towards a cast of individuals with absolutely no effect on their platforms. Right, so this goes, I mean, basically, the movement was built on virtue signaling. So virtue signaling is the concept of having a belief, being addicted to the belief that you're doing good. Now, good is essentially defined by that the others in your circle reinforce what you're doing and pat you on the back for it. So again, it's not actually something that we could argue about or debate what's good and bad. It's just a matter of, are you receiving positive, what you process as positive reinforcement for what you're doing, right? So as a kid, if you get positive reinforcement for things, you believe you're doing the right thing, that these are the behaviors that I should bring into life. So we've realized that people are so broken, unhappy, unhinged, confused in all these different ways in their lives that if you just positively reinforce whatever they're doing, they will flock to you. So they could be, it could be about hurting someone, but if you constantly positively reinforce the fact that they're cool and great and nice people and wonderful people for hurting someone, it doesn't matter whether or not ethically and morally and truthfully that's the right thing to do, they will flock towards that. It's a very simple concept, like, geez, if I had $12 billion and influence on the world stage and wanted to influence people to do heinous things, but have them perceive it as being good, that wouldn't be hard to do. It's again why, to me, philosophy is king, because we debate morals and ethics and virtue and what truly defines you on like a flat plane. Getting rid of culture and diversity and history to some degree. Not that history is very important, but like living in the now and finding a way to generally define and evaluate things. Oh my God, we're so close. We did it. All right, let's go. Well, thanks, Darth, for the commentary. All right, come on. Just to make sure I don't mess this up. Okay. All right, so let's feed our defensive elf. Okay, so now we go to download elf. It's a weird game. All right. Okay, so I assume my defense went up, right? I think we did it, Darth. Like, that was pretty good. All right. Fuck yeah. All right, so what were we saying was next, by the way? I'm gonna just say save state because I'm sketched out with this game. All right. So now, where are we headed? And then I'll read your comment. Let's just figure out where we're going. Let's see. Having few with Destiny, I find that entertaining. He's having. Okay. So, hold on. Oh, try desert, see if the guys are gone. Yeah. Okay. No, guys are not gone. You said, then there's this YouTuber named Metatron, superbly classy guy, did history-based observations of a plethora of eras and countries, currently taking a break from regular programming to comment on politics because it's gotten big and is starting to involve social media platforms. Yeah, so desert's no good. So do I just maybe head back to the base? What do you think? All right, change area. Thanks, Darth. I do really appreciate your recommendations. Why don't we go kill the guy with ice, right? Can't we kill the guy with ice now? Alright, so Yeah, let's go back here. Let's do it. Alright, 1 second. Alright, I think we can beat this now. Let's do it. I'd be quite happy if we can get through this. Oh no, we're using this. And, yep, we got the right element. That's infuriating. It's so cheap. Darth, I'm sure there are people that do it. It is not my type of speedrun. Speaking of speedruns, I really do need to pick out like a new speedrun. To be honest, I haven't been thinking about it much. I've been so busy with music and streaming when I can, and then I started drum streams again and everything. But, no, I'd like to find something that would be like maybe a NES or a Super NES or a Genesis speedrun. I generally like speedruns in like the 5 to 15 minute range. There have been a few exceptions, like Lolo was 35 minutes. I don't remember, but that's an exception. To be honest with you, Zelda 1 kind of... It really pissed me off. Like, I don't have a time in Zelda 1 that I submitted. I don't know, do I go back to running Z1 to get a time? I mean, that's the other option. Because I put so many frickin' hours into that. And I should have a sub 40, and I don't. That's an option. Is to shine up Z1. Alright, maybe I'll consider Z1 again. I don't know. I fucking hate Z1. To be honest with you. I don't know. We'll see. That's insane. The missiles went up through the ladder. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't know. What am I supposed to do here, by the way? I don't know. We're gonna beat this stage, and then this will be it for the night. All right. Yeah, but we're totally gonna beat this. Let's go. So I'm not loving the ice in the level, so why don't we pick a different element and... Alright, so let's do this. What's up, my pie me's? My pie MZ? Feel free to tell me how you pronounce your name. You got this, bro? What's up, man? Welcome in. This is a brutal game if you've never seen this before. But I definitely appreciate the support. Alright, so lightning works really well in the stage. We just have to switch to ice for the boss. Give me the extra one up. Oh my god, the game almost killed me there. Alright. We'll be fine now. Oh, of course we can't go because we got this guy. Super sketchy, dude. Alright, he's gone. So the key here is make sure you don't make a jump unless you can see the platform. There we go. Alright, good shit. Alright, so we're gonna switch to ice. And there we go. Now supposedly this is what's supposed to work against the boss, so we're gonna find out real soon. Yes, we read this like 12 times. Yes, I know, you're a brutal boss. This better do damage or I'm gonna be fucking pissed. There we go. That's nonsense, by the way. Oh my god, we finally beat the frickin' boss! Yo, what's up, Eris? Welcome in. You're here for Dragon Ball Z. It's basically Frisia. Oh my god. Wow. I will have my revenge someday. Stay healthy until our next meeting when I shall retire you. Oh my god. Thank God we did that. That was pretty sketchy near the end. Alright, we got a cyber elf. Here's some, he sometimes makes mistakes, but he's a good Reploid at heart. Please forgive him. I don't forgive him. Alright, let's save the game, please. Alright. So, Darth, should I just go, farm, I guess? Maybe I should just go farm now for... until the end of stream or whatever. Alright, let's check the L. So I don't know how to tell Darth what we got. I think it's that nurse red at the bottom. Alright, let's see. I'll be a sub-tank if needed. Wow, clearly needed. Alright, 1200. Alright, let's go farm. Alright, let's go farm. We're gonna get 1200 and we're gonna get a sub-tank, which is pretty fucking cool. Let's do it. Alright, so anyone that has a topic for chat discussion, throw it in there now, because we're going to be here for a while. Alright, I'm waiting for a good chat topic discussion. So bring it up. Okay, Darth's thinking about it. Who else? Come on, someone else in chat. Also, think about it. Contribute. Darth's doing all the heavy lifting. I'm hoping I'm close to 500 at least. Not that close. $340. All right, it's not that bad. All right, that's 16 right off the bat. All right, we should be at 400 now. So 1/3 of the way there. That's cool, another 16. All right, we're getting actually nice drop. Already hit 500. Only thing I can think of is the poor brain-rotted pregnant gal that downed half a bottle of Tylenol on a videotaped political statement and is now sitting in a hospital with liver failure. So I haven't seen that, Darth. Sad. I don't know. What are your general thoughts on it? I mean, I think it's... I'd call it sad and predictable. But think about how many people walked around wearing masks and getting vaccines and believed that they were asymptomatic. I mean, like... So, this is not a far stretch. I mean, what I generally think, and it's because of historical purposes, is for major change to happen, a lot of people have to die. And I feel like social media, through propaganda, has killed a lot of people. And that's the type of person that, like, to me, fits right into that. Like, social programming through social media. So, what I think is interesting is, so that person that you're talking about has probably done no independent research, knows nothing about the actual effects that pharmaceutical drugs and man-made drugs have on the human body, doesn't understand stress and inflammation and none of those things. They're literally going completely uneducated and saying, I just want to fight against this. That's the problem. Now, if you're a leader or a controller of people, that's what you want, is you want people that don't think for themselves, that don't independently research, that don't deep dive and question things. And so that person, I'm imagining, did exactly that. They followed the dogma, which is, well, in this case, anti-Trump, right? So anything that the president says, you go against, just to prove the point that you don't align with that way of thinking. But there's no thought, there's no research, there's no, it doesn't matter, it's just to be against it. And that's where a lot of people die generally, on that surface level of just going against something. So that's my general thought. The derangement syndrome really makes people weird, I suppose. Yeah, so I just define it in the way that we were talking about. The people that have the derangement syndrome don't dive any deeper. Vulnerable to that kind of subversion, right? Political and moral subversion is the bread and butter of modern social medias. Right. Because the people that consume that kind of stuff don't dive any deeper. Because if you dove any deeper, you would stop consuming that stuff. Alright, so let's keep going. Alright, let me keep... If anyone else is around and would like to respond to Darth's thoughts, please do. That would be great. And of course, all opinions are welcome. If you don't agree with what Darth is saying or what I'm saying, please express yourself. That was a good one. Wow. That's nice. That was good too. Jeez. So we got it. All right, we're 2/3 of the way there, my friends. I promise it's not going to take forever. Oh, we lost someone. Amazing. $940. We're almost at 1,000. $956. Oh, geez. All right. So Darth says, and well, to echo Metatron, I'm sure and certain you can't sit me across a table from a girl without temperature rising in bad ways. So I won't celebrate her misfortune. It feels right. It feels neither right nor fun. Four units per small square. All right, that's actually not bad. That's actually pretty decent to get 4. Four units is actually, yeah. I thought it was 2, but 4 is solid. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting so fucking close. Oh, we're close. I love this. Hey, Aris. No, we're just... Honestly, we're just farming for an upgrade. How are you doing now? I hope you're well. So we need to hit 1,200 and we have 1168. Yeah, no, it was a really, no, it was a great stream overall. This was much more fun than some of the previous streams, so. But you have to thank Darth Varric for that. I could never recommend someone to just like pick this up and play it. It's freaking brutal, man. And so hard to figure out what to do, but if you have someone that does the research and sort of understand. Oh my god, we hit 1200. Okay. Get bent. Let's go. Anyways, what I was saying, if you have someone that really dives into this game, it's not an awful game. It's just, on its surface alone, though, it's brutal. Okay, so, alright, so what do we have to do here? So we have to feed the elf. No, that's the... That is so cool. Alright, so we go to download elf. No, we go right here. Okay, so Darth. Alright, so let's just do something very crazy. So let's... Alright. So, I don't know exactly what the game means. Does the game mean use the elf now and then you have a charge tank that you can use throughout the rest of the game? Or is it a one-time use that if I use it, it's gone? I can always check with the save state. Okay. Alright, so let's just... Here we go. I think I already did this, but... Alright, so we just saved. It's coffee time. Oh, Eris is all over the coffee. Of course. It's a permanent sub tank. And it looks like we can get like 4 or 5 of them. That is fucking awesome. That is awesome. All right. All right, friends, I do have to call it a night. If it wasn't Wednesday, if it was like Friday or Saturday, but... Eris, I'm sorry. But you know my schedule. Generally, I come on around 9 p.m. Alright, so what I think... I'm not sure. What I think I'm going to do, because I missed Tuesday, I think I'm going to do Friday. So instead of Tuesday, Thursday this week, I'll do Wednesday, Friday. But I'm still going to stick with Tuesday, Thursday after this. It's just because of the concert. Cooler, if you want to redeem it, we could do story time. Sure. It's up to you. Alright, cool. Hey, this was good. Awesome. Alright. No, D-Nice isn't here tonight. Probably because it's an off night for me. I'm supposed to be, again, Tuesday, Thursday, and it's Wednesday. All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. Oh, Darth Redeemed story time. Okay, we can do it. So what we reading? All right, let me see. All right, so here are the options. Your Soul's Plan, which is about soul planning, near-death experiences, things like that. Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Maps. What really makes you ill and why everything you thought you know about disease is wrong. COVID-19 and the agenda to come. Stefan Molyneux, The Art of the Argument. And the Biology of Belief, which is based on epigenetics. So I'm kind of open to whichever. All right, Darth. No, that's a good pick. I like it. Okay, because this is like an 800-page book, so we can go anywhere with this one. And I'm going to find different music to put on, but let me... So, where I left off... Well, talking about vaccines, but let's... I like that. All right, here we go. How about, are you cool with control of the medical system, medical education, and medical research? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Alright, so as much as I love this music, it's not the greatest for drumming. Or not the greatest... It's the greatest for drumming, it's not the best for reading. Alright, let's go here. There we go. Okay. All right, so again, let's talk about control the medical system. Here we go. And of course, everyone feel free to throw your thoughts out in chat. I'll do my best to sort of check them out, but just for open discussion. Control the medical system. The core aim of the WHO, the WHO, as stated on the website, is to, quote, achieve better health for everyone everywhere. Oh my God, this taps into something I was just talking about today or yesterday about the medical system. Anyways, so remember, the WHO's their objective is, quote, better health for everyone everywhere. Okay, keep that in mind. In common with all other issues that confront humanity in the 21st century, ill health is claimed to be a global problem that requires global action to implement global solutions. But problems can only be resolved if they are fully understood and their causes are correctly identified so that the appropriate solutions can be implemented. To assist with the identification of various conditions of ill health known as diseases, the WHO has continued to produce updated versions of the ICD, which, as previously cited in Chapter 7, is referred to as, quote, the diagnostic classification standard for all clinical and research purposes, unquote. The current applicable version of this standard is ICD-10, which, according to the WHO webpage entitled Classification of Diseases, quote, is cited in more than 20,000 scientific articles and used by more than 100 countries around the world, unquote. This standard is clearly intended to be the definitive global reference guide for the identification of all diseases by all agencies and personal involvement in the medical system, referred to in this book as the medical establishment. Within the ICD classification system, each disease is allocated as a unique 3-character code. For example, rabies is identified by the code A82. However, some conditions have multiple sets of codes. For example, HIV disease is allocated 5 sets of codes, namely B20 to B24. In addition, subsets of codes are used to identify variations of the disease. For example, B20.0 refers to HIV disease resulting in microbacterial infection. Therefore, although there are many different thousands of different codes, there is not an equal number of unique diseases. But whatever the number of diseases that are claimed to exist, they are all categorized as either communicable if caused by germs, or non-communicable if caused by factors other than germs, and they are each treated by a medicine deemed to be the appropriate remedy. It is entirely reasonable to suggest, therefore, that if the medical establishment had correctly identified the causes of all forms of disease and was treating each one with the appropriate medicine, the incidence of disease would be in rapid decline and people everywhere would experience improving health, but that's not the case. On the contrary, the incidence of disease is rapidly rising and the majority of people everywhere experience worsening health. This aligns exactly with what I was researching and learning about today. And the explanation is always, well, measles is gone and kids don't get the Black Plague anymore, and all this fucking nonsense. But yet, common daily disease, obesity, anxiety, ADHD, autism, all these things are all up through the roof, of course. One second. Okay. The logical conclusion to be drawn from this is that the causes of diseases have not been correctly identified. This conclusion is supported by the discussions in Chapter 7 that revealed the medical establishment's poor level of knowledge about the cause of non-communicable diseases. This logical conclusion is also supported by the discussion in Chapter 3 that revealed the erroneous nature of the theories that claim germs to be the causes of communicable diseases. I mean, to me, this simple, on the surface discussion already debunks the approach of what I would call the allopathic method or Western medicine or traditional medicine. It already pokes so many holes in it that it's trash. But let's keep going. The failure of the medical establishment to correctly identify the real cause of disease means that the methods used to treat and prevent the namely medicines and vaccines, are inappropriate solutions to the problem. But this raises the question of why medical science does not acknowledge the full extent of the problem and instigate a complete reevaluation of the prevailing theories about disease and their causes. It should be clear from the discussions in this chapter, however, that these theories are retained almost entirely due to the influence of vested interests. As previous chapters have discussed, there are many reports and articles that have documented the serious adverse health effects referred to as, I was just talking about this. I talk about it all the time, but referred to as side effects. Now, they're not side effects, they're effects. But calling them side effects makes it like sort of a, oh, we're very sorry that happened to you. They're all effects, though. Stop calling them side effects. Okay. Referred to as side effects that can be produced by a wide variety of pharmaceuticals. One article entitled "The Epidemic of Sickness and Death from Prescription Drugs," which was cited in Chapter 8, highlights one of the problems, which is that, quote, Many people, even doctors, assume that if the FDA approves a new drug, it must be safe, effective, and better, but this is far from the actual practice. The concept that if the FDA approves something that it's safe for me or you or your family is, again, it's a lack of understanding of health and the control systems and everything you can think of. The reason that even doctors are guilty of this mistaken assumption is due to their medical education as discussed in the next section. The CDER, Center for Drug Evaluation and Research, is the division of the FDA that, as its name indicates, evaluates drugs as part of the approval process. The FDA webpage entitled Development of Approval Process states that an evaluation of CDER prevents quackery. Okay, so that's a non-technical term for if we don't like it, then you're crazy. If you go against our mainstream narrative, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're a quack. So prevents quackery, right? Which is clearly indicated to suggest that only FDA-approved drugs are suitable medicines, but this is misleading. The FDA does not conduct tests to confirm the safety and efficacy of any drug prior to its approval. Instead, pharmaceutical companies are required to perform their own studies of a drug's safety and efficacy and send the study data to the CDER for evaluation and review. The FDA page states that. I mean, that should scare every single person to think that that is the process for approving something that you're going to put in your body. All right, let's read chat. Effects and not side effects. And Darth, I feel like we've talked about this at some point on chat before, but throw away this term side effects. They're all effects. We were discussing that earlier. We are at a point where the global reference for medicine will never again be trusted widely enough to be the sole judge of where the medical field brings its attention. Right. That makes total sense after having Pfizer pushed on the public. They produced their own data. Damn it. I mean, where do the data come from? That should be the first question. All right, let's read a little bit more. It is a contradiction in terms that suggests that a substance can simultaneously confer health benefits and pose health risks. Oh, I was just talking about this. Okay, so my girlfriend and I, we've been watching some streaming stuff. The majority of the commercials are for pharmaceutical drugs, okay? And we mute them most of the time and then just have like a conversation while they're on. But we watch them usually initially once just to see the marketing and advertising and how they're killing people. The concept that you can take something to fix your symptoms but may give you other terrible symptoms should disqualify any substance that you're taking as a positive. If there's no defined net positive for what you're taking, you shouldn't take it. Like, it's pretty clear. Oh, we lost everyone. We only got 2 viewers now. Jeez, that stinks. Well, yeah. Alright, well, I'll just finish this page, Darth. Alright. The idea that drugs are appropriate for the treatment of disease, even though it's contradicted by the admission that they simultaneously pose risks to health, is perpetuated largely by the pharmaceutical industry that has a clear vested interest in the continuing existence of the medical system that relies on its products. This problem is discussed in a June 2013 article entitled Institutional Corruption of Pharmaceuticals and the Myth of Safe and Effective Drugs that refers to, quote, heavy commercial influence in the U.S. However, the pharmaceutical industry has gained a substantial level of influence that extends beyond the U.S. into many aspects of the entire medical system. The article states that, quote, the pharmaceutical industry has corrupted the practice of medicine through its influence over what drugs are developed, how they are tested, and how medical knowledge is created. This last point is extremely important. The medical establishment will not be able to reach a true understanding about disease or about human health whilst it remains under the influence of the pharmaceutical industry. Although the industry is not the only vested interest group that has corrupted healthcare and gained a significant level of control over the creation of medical knowledge. There are some differences between the drug approval procedures that operate in different countries, but these remaining differences will be eradicated should globalism and its accompanying harmonization be fully implemented. It should be noted that the harmonization of drug approval procedures is already in progress. The organization responsible for accomplishing this is the ICH, International Council of Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use, which was founded in 1990. The homepage of the ICH website states that, quote, ICH's mission is to achieve greater harmonization worldwide to ensure that safe, effective, and high-quality medicines are developed. This is insane. The ICH is another international organization that fully supports the belief that pharmaceuticals are safe and effective, but fails to acknowledge the seriousness of the risks. This bias is almost completely due to the involvement of the pharmaceutical industry in the harmonization process. The ICH webpage entitled Harmonization for Better Health states that, quote, harmonization is achieved through the development of ICH guidelines via a process of scientific consensus with regulatory and industrial experts working side by side. Okay. I'm going to call it there, but Jesus. This book just touches on everything. It's amazing. Whew. Well, Darth, thank you so much for the redemption. Let's take a look and see who's on Twitch. Oh, geez, Zark's on. I like Zark. Kim Kong is on. What's he doing? Thanks, Cooler. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I think it's super interesting and super important. So, I think we're going to go over to Zarkonis. Yeah, let's go raid his ass. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I think the plan is I'll do a Friday thing, because I was supposed to do Tuesday, Thursday, but I'm going to do Wednesday, Friday. This was actually pretty fun. I appreciate, Darth, all your advice and tips, and I was just generally trying to keep a positive attitude and really enjoy streaming and just gaming, so it was really cool. I am definitely down for more Mega Man Zero. So thanks, everyone. As always, be honest, speak your truths, express your thoughts in a straightforward way. I'm House of Grind. On this channel, we love metal. And Retro, please give Zark a big old house of raid. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Haldan.
Re-clicked. And then Mighty